Welcome to the 90th Minute Whistle podcast presented by Live Sports. I am your host, Mario. I'm here with my co host, Leon.
Hello, everyone.
All right, so let me kick this off as quick as possible because we're late. Um, the Champions League last rounds.
No surprises. I think it's
You think?
like, like, I don't even like when you said you were going to talk about Europe. Like, what is there to really talk about? Like, what we're going to laugh at Barcelona being in Europa League? We can laugh at that, but
No, not necessarily
that's
laughing, but the
that's
implications.
more
The
that's
implications
more
of that.
implications. Like,
Yeah.
what implications? It was either A, they went to the next round and then got smacked by a proper team, or they dropped to the Europa League because they shouldn't be in the Champions League. And
You see what you just got a
like,
while ago? You were just talking about the situation. And
yeah, like
that's
they are not a
no, no,
Champions
no.
League team.
No, no,
Like
no, 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 that's not the point. You said what I thought. You literally just thought.
that's true, but like I told you, I was watching the match and then I turned it off because it was just like, what was there to watch? Bayern didn't look at them come out the first gear the entire games. Like Barca didn't. Okay, Dembele had like one chance, blaze it over top of the bar, but other than that, it was like men versus boys, which is literally men versus boys and old men. That's basically this Barcelona team, a bunch of good youngsters and a bunch of old guys. There's like as per person's reaction, oh, Barca's in the Europa League, and I'm like, y'all remember that 2 seasons back, these guys got 8-2, right? Y'all remember that, right? Like, and nothing has changed since that 8-2. Okay, yeah, Messi left, but that's a downgrade more than an upgrade. So
And a couple of
tell
good
me,
youngsters, are supposed to be as well.
yeah, but we knew about Pedri, we knew about Gavi, we knew about Ricky Puig, we knew about all these guys. Yeah, they're in the first team now, but again, why is this a surprise? Like, Barca always promotes youngsters into the first team. They haven't been doing it for the past couple of years, but
10 years,
let's not pretend like it's some
10 years.
great.
No, what you have to understand. Like you have to remember, like it's been a generation since like Barca
I,
has
I
come
I
into
get that, but I'm just saying, let's not pretend like it's just no Barca start promote youngsters. Like, them Barca survives by promoting youngsters. They were never Madrid. They never went out and buy the best players. They always develop the best players. And then them cherry pick one and two stars from around the world and put them in the team. But not because they haven't been doing it for a while, we're going to pretend like this is something new. Like, to be fair, like, when you feel sorry for the the youngsters, really, because they're the ones, like, no youngster should be in a situation where a future of a club relies solely on your shoulders. Because, like, I remember, um there was an Arsenal legend was saying, I said that Saka and Emil Smith Rowe and all these guys are really good youngsters. But these youngsters should not be the one carrying the team. These youngsters are being overplayed because at the end of the day, they are still youngsters and their body still needs time to grow and develop. And the amount of games that they're playing is not healthy for them, because we know that we've seen it with Rooney that, yeah, you start out playing a ton of senior football, but you also burn out a lot quicker than other pros around you because you started out a lot earlier than when other pros your age would have started out. Like Ricky Puig played like, Pedro played like what, 70 games last season? All right, that's more than any other professional. So like, I'm looking at this, like every team that made it through or that we predicted to made it through. There was no surprises. Atletico made it through. That was basically the only one. But again, when the groups are drawn, how many persons would say that, oh, Liverpool, Atletico Madrid won't qualify along with Liverpool from that group? Now, I think Dortmund didn't make it. But
yes, so you basically do five
that's
5 minutes of talking.
yeah, like I'm being honest with you, because I've seen a lot of persons be like, oh, great results in Europe, and I'm like, okay, but Man City, PSG made it through them group. Okay, yes. City won the group. Yes, a lot of persons would consider City to win that group. City started as a favorite to win the entire thing. Liverpool, Atletico. Yep, Liverpool didn't lose the match, didn't draw a match. Perfect record, 6-6. 6 games played, 6 wins. Atletico left it to the last day, but again, you still expected them to be in the Europa League. Sorry, in the Champions League. I think the only surprise is maybe Ajax's group, where Sporting made it over Dortmund due to the head-to-head, because they're leveled on points, but Sporting is in the Champions League round of 16 and Dortmund is in the Europa League. Inter Milan, Real Madrid, they made it through. Sheriff is in the Europa League. Another person would have maybe predicted Shakhtar Donetsk to be the one in the Europa League, but credit to Sheriff, and this Shakhtar team is a poor Shakhtar team.
Except that
Bayern, okay, this might be the only surprise. Like, Barca is bad, but a lot of persons thought that they would still make it out of the group.
why would they feel that?
Because Benfica and Dynamo Kiev developers are like, oh yeah, Barca should have enough to beat
Are you crazy?
Benfica.
You crazy about which Benfica team?
Exactly. But again, persons don't watch this Benfica team, and to be honest,
As I want to talk about the Benfica
this
team,
ain't even a great Benfica team.
And well, in all fairness, Jesus is not the team for a good place right now. Actually,
Yeah, but when you compare to like Benfica teams in the past, like the really
no.
This ain't a really good Benfica team.
No, like I said, none of the 3 Portuguese teams are at their best. They have some good talents here and here, but none of the 3 Portuguese teams are.
So yeah, Barca still say that. I guess that's a surprise.
I wouldn't say that's surprising. I wouldn't say that's surprising.
United scraped through, Villarreal scraped through, but again,
who's the Champions League dark horse?
Dark horse. City.
That's your dark horse?
Yes.
Who is that a dark horse?
Because City can't finish.
Yeah, but they should still be one of your favorites to win.
No, because you can't. All right.
What do you define?
The dark horse is someone that most persons won't expect to win it.
And you think most people aren't expecting City to win it?
Well, all right, most people are, but I'm not expecting them to win it.
Dark horse.
Low key, you could even say PSG is a dark horse.
I wouldn't. How on earth?
Because you see, people are looking at names. That's what people are looking at, names.
No, I'm not looking at names either, but like PSG aren't playing.
Man, this PSG team, if City could, I'm going to use an old English saying, if they could hit the side of a barn, they would have been buried twice.
All right.
Only reason why they're in the position they are in is because they have Leipzig and Club Brugge in them group.
All right.
But when this PSG, all right, you see, Liverpool faces this PSG team,
Mhm.
Pool is going to take him to the cleaners.
All right, so here's my beat. Here's my beat. Why I still consider those
Hmm.
I consider Liverpool, City, Chelsea, and PSG because out of unless those teams are supposed to meet each other immediately, those are the four teams I expect to see by the semifinal. If none of them meet in each other's spot, well, Bayern, Bayern, PSG, Chelsea, and City. Because again, I think Liverpool is not as good as City.
Low key, if you're really like, if I'm supposed to really name a dark horse that most persons are not expecting to win, you're probably looking at Ajax.
I mean, I was going to set them or Inter. I was really one of them.
No, I don't think Inter can do it.
Mary,
Like the squad just doesn't look or feel like, because when you look at this Inter team, like, they've lost Lukaku, but they've replaced him with Dzeko,
moving scoring.
right? Who is scoring, but I just
Emmanuel
don't
Ouattara.
I just don't feel they like. I just look at this Inter team and they just don't fill me with confidence, really.
That's kind of the point of a dark horse. You're not supposed to be
Yeah,
the team
but
that is.
Ajax looks a lot better. Like Inter to me goes home the next round.
What makes you think this Ajax team looks better? Because I actually want somebody to challenge them because I think they give us a must be David Class and Tadic and David Berghuis, David Neres or Anthony, um, and Sebastian Haller. They're always going to look good because I mean they're Ajax. Marcel and Italian people as fullbacks. I don't remember who the center of Alvarez, the Mexican, and I don't know who's partner, but I understand that the team is still good, but this team isn't as good as the team that, to me, as good as the team that went to the semifinals. And I thought that team could win the Champions with Ziyech and Frankie and Quincy Promise.
Mm-hmm.
But this Ajax team, to me, I think just went into the right group. You got to meet a Dortmund team who don't know their identity or what exactly they're trying to accomplish in terms of playing style. And then you meet a Besiktas team who's on a complete rebuild. Like nobody knows each other in the squad basically. Well, I wouldn't say that, but nobody. This is the first everybody have played outside each other, and I'm still trying to figure out what formation then fuse and all of that. So you get a Besiktas team who's completely unprepared for this level of competition right now,
Mm-hmm.
and let me say you get a Dortmund who don't know themselves yet because they get a new coach, new playing style for adapting new things. Which is also why I think Inter doesn't feel with confidence because Conte was there for 2 years or a year and a couple months or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
His playing style is, even though they use the same formation, his playing style, I keep saying, is different from Simeone's in terms of Simeone's playing style, despite using the same formation, 3-5-2.
Mm-hmm.
Simeone tries to play tiki-taka football with a Catenaccio defensive shape.
Yeah.
And Conte might use a 3-5-2, but he plays classic Catenaccio football, pragmatic football, and then hit you hard on the counter. That's a bit different from how this Inter team plays. And what Inter are adapting to now is actually playing with the ball at the feet. So it's not just, even though they have a target man, it's not just launch the ball up to Jekyll, bring other people into play, spread it out wide, and get some crosses into the box. Like, no, you actually have to make like triangles on the field, make certain passes. That's why Lazio were so attractive to watch, even though they weren't really challenging for the title.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same thing that it was the same thing with Sarri's Napoli.
Well, they challenge for the title.
Yeah, but you know, like in terms of teams that looked attractive while doing it, the reason why Lazio didn't
Sorry,
look that,
Napoli was one of the best playing teams. Napoli also, Lazio was also another team that was attractive to watch.
yeah. So despite the Catenaccio shape, um, of the team, they try to play almost a Spanish style of play, but with a target man as well. So them always have that outlet if they need it. So I think that the players are adapting to that style of play. But Pacheco has to do a lot more link up play. Have to drop a bit deeper, and instead of just standing up here and shielding off defenders and getting the ball into his chest, they still do that, but they do it less because again, Simone Inzaghi, he likes the ball played on the ground. But the squad is definitely deep enough to go on a run. But I would say it's either them or Ajax that dark horse.
Mm-hmm.
I never know. You and I ever might sneak up himself a Champions League right after Europa League.
Yeah, no.
You never know. Might break the Arsenal fans and heart once and for all.
They have no heart. They're just a walking corpse.
Yeah, but that would have seen
You know the thing with Arsenal fans? Them go on a little run of results, then get some good results, win a couple games. And then all of a sudden, them start comparing them players with top class players. And then, when other fans of bigger clubs are talking, them start jumping into the conversation. And then now, they get a result like against Everton. Lose to a team who has won a match in 8 games. And then them come back to earth and realize, say, yeah.
What is going on at Everton, by the way? Wonderful.
Them owner is confused. Him just throwing money all over the place.
Yeah, but weird.
I was saying they just I was watching Sky Sports early this morning, and they have like 600 and something million spent.
On who?
Good question. Like since the new owner's taken over, 600 and some million has been spent. They've had like 5 or 6 different managers in that time. And I think it was Gary Neville that said that the owner doesn't know what he's doing. And they have no real structure. They just keep throwing money at the problem, firing managers, buying players that don't fit the style of play for anybody. And now you have a team where like Rafa is doing okay with what he has, but since they've sold Lukaku, they haven't solved them goal scoring problems. Their defense is sometimes okay. Them added some good midfielders this season, but like Everton just looks confused. Like they don't know if they want to be a Stoke City style where them work hard and kick people down and hard tackles and hit teams on the counter, or if they want to be a side that will play football. And Everton fans themselves, like they themselves confused because like what do you want and what are your expectations? Like Leicester has came in, they got Brendan Rodgers, and they are a team that granted this season they look awful, but the last couple of seasons they won an FA Cup, a Community Shield. I can't remember the last time Everton has won something. Like when was the last time y'all won something?
All right, so next thing I wanted to ask you is with the Real Madrid now in the Champions League, how far do you see them and Manchester United?
Hmm, let's see. This like I think this Madrid team, they haven't played anybody.
So you're saying that Vinicius forms a fluke, or not a fluke, but
Like, all right, the
inflated.
Spanish league, like the Spanish league fans, them are go maybe feel like some a piss, like me a, like take them league for joke, but the Spanish league it's good, but it's not at the level where it was the last couple of seasons. And Real Madrid, Barca, Sevilla, Atletico, like y'all aren't y'all aren't really that good. And this Madrid team, y'all have changed nothing from the team that got taught a footballing lesson by Chelsea, who didn't have a proper striker. So yeah, Benzema is scoring, but Benzema has always been scoring. Tell me a season where Benzema has never gone double digits in goals. None. Since he's been bought, he's always scored double digits. Granted, okay, Vinicius is now in a nice little run of form, but he's always had good like patches of form, just no end product. Yeah, now he's having a little bit of end product, but is that enough to say, oh yeah, Champions League contenders? No. You haven't replaced your midfield. You still have Cruz, Modric, and Valverde or Casemiro in the midfield. So I'm looking at this Real Madrid squad and what's like, tell me, like, okay,
Oh,
fine, Jovic is there, Ferland, Mendy have court case, Alaba, Milito, okay, granted, they're good defenders, but are they world-class centre backs? No. Alaba, yeah. Carvajal is a good right back, but world-class right back? No. And then are you performing like a team that, oh yeah, are you performing like, yeah, we're Champions League winners? No. You're not performing like a team that is going to win the Champions League. Like Sheriff gave you a run for your money. They just couldn't finish. And again, you're still counting on Cruz and Magic and Casemiro to run your midfield. Cruz is 31, right?
I want. We're supposed to run.
No man, he's 31.
Sure.
Modric is 36. Yes, Modric older than Cruz.
No, I know that money is older than Cruz, but Cruz being
Yes,
31.
Cruz is 31, yes. Right, and then Casemiro is 29. And Cruz was never fast to begin with. He's even slower now. Modric is old. Casemiro is getting up there. So your midfield is aging. So who are your replacements on the bench for your midfield? Camavinga, one
Isco,
youngster.
Isco,
Okay,
Camavinga,
Isco.
Valverde, Fede
Isco, who has
Valverde,
dropped off in
or
terms of form.
Ranieri. If you not play, then how you gonna be in a form?
Hey, oh,
Somebody not play.
exactly. So like, tell me, because I
Or
don't.
fine, then use Ranier, and then you have Kubo, you have
Oh, it's
Rodrigo,
out
and
alone.
you have Jovic, you have Rodrigo, you have Vasquez, you have Godianson.
So I don't really understand. So like this this Madrid team just looks. I don't see any of the Spanish teams in the final four. I think PSG is going to drop out in the quarterfinals. because individual brilliance can only take you so far. Like United, depending on who they face the next round, they're probably out.
What do you think about the appointment already so far?
Too early to talk. Too early to judge. We need more. Need more time. Like we need more time for judging. Like a couple matches. Let's see his playing style develop first before we judge them. Like judge him. But there's noises from the United camp. He's already saying that he wants midfielders. So make of that what you will.
He wants new midfielders?
Yes, he wants new set of midfielders. He wants to sign a midfielder in January. So.
But who?
Good question.
And for?
Well, like I said to you, when you look at United midfield options, do they fill you with any confidence?
Van de Beek, Fernandes, and Pogba.
Okay, Pogba wants out. Van de Beek, he has no game time. I gave you Bruno.
But yeah, those are the ones that I would say should give you some extent or should be playing at a world class. Like I said, the 4-4-2 then was the only way to get the most out of the team. Did Atalanta make it through?
Repeat?
Atalanta, did they make it through?
No.
What's a realistic
For
option
Liverpool,
for Liverpool?
they have tried their calls really. Like Liverpool has the players to make it to the last round. I think it all like Liverpool has to keep them starting level fit. If their starting 11 stays fit, then they can make it far. The problem is, can they manage that same players? They can't. I don't think they can sustain it.
Like I told you before, people might say this is a Chelsea bias, but I see that's the only team that has a squad depth to.
But even they need to like get players back fit and get players back firing, because it's all good having the good players and all that, but if you don't have, what's that word now? If Chelsea don't have their starting midfield, and if they don't have Lukaku firing, then they're not going to go far in the Champions League, because you can't count on having that run of form that you had last season. And you have the depth, but if that depth doesn't stand up and perform as we saw against Zenit, then you're going to have results like Zenit against Juventus at home. So you need to, like Chelsea need to like literally sort themselves out really. I need to sort themselves out fast. Today, Tuchel said that the performances are okay, not bad. It's because it's Chelsea that were held at a higher standard, so it looks bad, but the performances aren't bad. And I can agree with him on that. But when you're fighting for a title or fighting for titles, you can't have these performances. You get what I'm saying? You can't be winning a game and throwing it away in the last second. You can't be scoring first and then allowing teams to get back into the match. Like, title winning teams don't do that. And Chelsea has a problem where they have failed to kill teams off. And it's been a persistent problem from the multiple managers really, that we have failed to kill teams off. So that is something that they need to sort out, because failure to sort that out would mean that they're not winning any trophies this season. And that's just the truth. Like I said, like we can have all the depths, but if the players don't show up, then it's just not going to work.
That's
And I can say,
roughly.
and I can say the same thing for City. Like City has the players, but again, we saw against PSG. We've seen it against in the league as well. You can create all the chances in the world, but if you don't have somebody to finish off those chances, it makes no sense. You will not win anything. And you can't keep counting on your midfielders to hit the target every game. Like, so if I'm Pep, I'm scoring Euro for strikers.
All right, that's where I'll leave it today.
All right, then.